Some stories are buried, some are forgotten, and some are only spoken about after midnight. Welcome to After Midnight Files. Every year, on the same day, at the same hour, the same man walked into the same police station. He carried the same photo, said the same words, and asked the same question. Has there been any news about my wife? For 12 years, nothing changed, except the officers listening to him. His wife, Eleanor Wright, vanished one night without warning. No note, no signs of struggle. Her car was still parked outside their home. Her phone was on the kitchen table. Her wedding ring sat neatly beside it. It looked less like an escape, and more like she had simply stopped existing. The husband, Thomas Wright, reported her missing the next morning. Calm, cooperative, almost rehearsed. He answered every question, provided alibis, gave interviews, and then, every year after that, he came back. Same date, same photo, same tone. Detectives noticed something unsettling. Grief usually fades, changes shape, but his never did. It was preserved, untouched by time. Neighbors described Eleanor as quiet, polite, careful. She kept journals, locked drawers, and routines that never changed. When police revisited the house years later, they found something they had missed. A small notebook hidden inside a ventilation duct. Not Eleanor's handwriting. It belonged to Thomas. Inside were dates, times, short sentences. She knows. Too much pressure has to be done before winter. The final entry was written the night Eleanor disappeared. After this, I must remember her. Investigators reopened the case immediately. They focused on the yearly visits, the ritual, the repetition. Psychologists were consulted. Their conclusion was chilling. Thomas wasn't searching for his wife. He was rehearsing innocence. Each visit reinforced a story, a memory, a role. Eventually, the search moved outside the house. Behind the property stood an old well, sealed decades ago, forgotten. Ground-penetrating radar detected an anomaly. The well was opened. Eleanor Wright's remains were found inside. She had been placed there carefully, wrapped, preserved. Thomas was arrested the same day. During interrogation, he didn't deny it. He explained it instead. Eleanor wasn't just suspicious. She was methodical. As an accountant, she noticed irregularities most people would miss. Small transfers, repeated names, accounts that technically shouldn't exist. At first, she assumed it was a mistake. Then she realized it wasn't. The money didn't disappear. It moved to shell companies, to false identities, all connected to one person, her husband. Eleanor began printing documents, saving photographing ledgers. She hid copies outside the house, at work, with a trusted colleague. And then she confronted Thomas. Not emotionally, professionally. According to later testimony, she told him she was giving him two choices: confess, or she would. She gave him a deadline: 3 days. That deadline never came. On the third night, Eleanor prepared to leave. A bag was packed, documents secured. She never made it out of the house. What followed wasn't rage. It was calculation. Thomas knew that if the evidence surfaced, the crime wouldn't just destroy him. It would expose years of fraud, stolen identities, and multiple victims. Prison was inevitable, unless Eleanor disappeared. The murder wasn't impulsive, it was preventative. He cleaned the house, removed her phone, placed the ring deliberately, and then he waited. The yearly visits weren't guilt, they were maintenance. Each appearance reinforced a version of reality where Eleanor was missing, not silenced. When investigators finally uncovered the notebook, the ritual collapsed. The evidence Eleanor collected was recovered soon after. It was enough. Thomas Wright was convicted not only of murder, but of extensive financial crimes. The photo he carried every year was entered into evidence. He never asked about Eleanor again. In the end, the evidence she gathered outlived the man who tried to erase her. Some mysteries aren't supernatural. They're just human. This was an After Midnight file.